What's up, traders? This is Matt with Conservative Trades. Not a good day. Not a good way to start the week off, and kind of bites, guys. And I got to admit, I'm a little discouraged here. I had some pretty high hopes for today. I committed to, getting back to some of the rules that I originally used to follow, and one of those rules being not trading within the first 5 minutes of the market open, kind of letting things settle down, at least seeing if there's a pattern developing after the first 5 minutes, and which typically you can get, if there's going to be any kind of general momentum, and so. Anyway, I committed to doing that. I committed to not trading in pre-market. I didn't take any pre-market trades, even though I saw some that would have worked out in my favor. And it's been a very discouraging last week altogether. I mean, last week was okay. It started with a horrible loss. You guys can go back and check out that video if you want. But had a couple decent green days last week, and I'm just, again, I took the weekend. I went back to some of my trading logs. I really did a lot of reflecting and whatnot, and I just, man, I really did have a lot of hopes for getting into the market this week, but I just got caught up in a lot of chop. And I'm not going to go over all these trades, guys. I'll just, I'll be very, very quick with this video, but I'll show you here. UAL. Perfect example, and I don't know if you can see this well enough, but if you look on the 1 minute, it seemed like it was chopping around, but it tapped off the VWAP a couple times. It was coming up to VWAP, and I just went ahead and got in because I thought, if we've already gotten a couple rejections off of VWAP, let me get in here and just see what this can do, see if this can roll over. But as you can see, it went up, and I had to get out, and that was fine. But then it got this massive rejection off of a trend line. I had actually drawn, there was a trend line I had drawn here, and it looked like it was getting a trend line rejection, and it came down, and it broke right back through VWAP, and it looked like, okay, we're finally going to get the move here. And I got in, and then it came back against me. I held it just because I thought, okay, this is just a chop fest. The SPY has been way overextended. I figured the SPY would just, lose some momentum, but and I thought this was going to roll over, but it didn't, and it popped up, and I finally had to get out. Another trade that pretty much got me on this was, what was it? OXY. I'll pull it up. So you can see right here, same thing. It had a major drop. It looked like it was trying to come up and couldn't break back over VWAP. Tried multiple times. Even here on this, I don't know if you can see this 1 minute candle here went up, and then you can see the buy or the sellers slammed it right back down. And it looked like it was about to roll over and start cracking these levels and making a move down here. So I got in, it came up, rejected VWAP again, came back down through the 9 EMA. I added to my position, but then it just went up. Went up here, finally came and resolved over here. So and this was just my day. This was just my day, guys. I really was trying to come in here and just carry a little bit more confidence. And I tell you what, guys, I mean, I just feel like it's been very, very, it's getting to that point where it's, going to be really, really difficult again for me to do well in this market. I mean, I'll tell you what, I can't, as a short bias trader, I mean, even looking at the SPY, and just making these incredible moves. I mean, it just keeps pushing. It is relentless. It just keeps pushing. If you look here on the daily, I mean, this is just incredible. This is absolutely incredible. And, I may as well remove this trend line on the daily because it really doesn't even matter. I mean, we've recovered all major moving averages. We've had the worst, hit to the stock market in history, and followed by a V-shaped recovery. So, anyway, I don't know, guys. This is just kind of where I'm sitting right now. But like I said, it is a little discouraging. I'm gonna try trading this market. I'm gonna try to get through this week. I'm gonna really try to see if I can get my finger on the pulse and really see if I can get a feel for what this is doing. But it really is just kind of getting to the point to where, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It really is. And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of one of these times where, you get as a trader where you really start questioning yourself, and you think about, like, how again, I come back to this, how was I having, pretty consistent $400-500 days, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it's a struggle to make $100. It's a struggle to stay in the green. And I mean, I'll tell you what though, I mean, it's a journey. It's a journey, that's for sure. And if we're able to come out of this, I mean, if I'm able to pull out of this funk that I've kind of been in, this little funk that I've been in here lately, if I'm able to pull out of it, I mean, it'll definitely be hopefully an encouragement to a lot of you guys out there who also are aspiring to day trade, and you're wanting to be very, very careful and build your account slowly but surely. I don't know, but otherwise, if it turns into one of those things where it's just not going to happen, then obviously that's not going to be encouraging to anyone. So, but anyway, I'm going to try not to think like that. I'm really not. But as you can probably tell in my voice and just kind of tell by the way I'm talking about it here, it really it has just been. I mean, I don't know. I can't call it. I can't call it. Like I said, I was very, very confident coming into doing this channel. And I had a very solid, very well-built working strategy. And yes, obviously around the time I started the channel is around the time that all this coronavirus stuff hit. And, I've never traded in a market like that. And that kind of threw me for a loop. And I found myself even trading with a different set of rules and tweaking my strategy. And then, again, today is one of those days where I come in and I think, okay, I'm going to resort back to my original strategy. And I'm going to really try to reestablish my rules the way that they've been, and it just seemed, it just seems to kind of bite me in the butt a little bit. I mean, so I don't know, and really, I'm trying not to be too hard on myself here. I mean, again, as I talked about in a previous video, I think Friday's video, Thursday's video of last week, maybe, May was a great month. Only had 3 red days, did really well. I mean, I still think we can do that for June, but right now, it's just not. It's not looking good, and I feel like I'm kind of backtracking from everything that I accomplished in May, and I just feel like it's kind of one of those times where you're moving, you feel like you're moving 2 steps forward, but then 2 steps back, and it's disheartening. It really is. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys have had a much better trading day than me. I know there were definitely some guys in the live stream today that seem to be doing very well, and I'm very happy about that. We've got some guys who are even newer traders, and they seem to be coming up with some really good, solid strategies, and their strategies seem to be working really well for them. And I understand that this is here at least for the last. I'll say last week and this week we have definitely been on more of a bullish tear, having definitely more bullish momentum, and it's I guess it's one of those things where perhaps I should be thinking a little bit more with a bullish mentality. But again, resorting back to stocks like UAL and OXY this morning, and even NCLH. I mean, they were just a chop fest. So, I mean, even if I had been going long, I probably would have gotten chopped out to the downside when it was chopping, when it was coming back down. And some of that stuff is it's just hard to avoid. I know small cap stocks seem to have provided a lot better opportunity here lately in these market conditions. And so, of course, I've thought to myself, maybe I should be trying to get in on the small cap stocks a little bit. But then I also think to myself, no, trade what you know. Don't switch it up too much. So I'm just kind of in limbo right now with it, honestly, guys. Tomorrow's another day. I'm going to come back in here and, we'll give it another shot. And hopefully tomorrow will be a much, much better day. But we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys have a great evening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.